Good morning. It's December 13, 1939. We're on the 4th patrol, day 7. Our position is about 200 kilometers northwest of Scapa Flow, between Scotland and the Faroe Islands. We are heading 350 degrees at a speed of 14 knots, and we are trying to find a convoy that was announced to us earlier by Baydienst. We have now scanned almost all of the moving box, and I'm quickly going to explain what I mean by that on the map. But before that, let me inform you about the next steps. Since we're almost done with our search pattern and we haven't found the convoy, and it's over 24 hours. In fact, it's almost 30 hours past the message when we first received it. We're going to board the search and then set a course for our assigned grid square, which is just southwest of the Faroe Islands, about 400 kilometers away. Let's look at the map. So we got the information on a moving convoy 34 hours ago. It was supposed to be in an AF-77 heading west-southwest at 5 knots, which gave us this moving box here. And this is where it's currently at, and this lower line here is where it's going to be at the time when we arrive here at the northern end of the moving box. This is also the eastern edge that's moving closer to us here. So what I did, I ran the boat to the southernmost corner, and then I scanned the area, the moving box, backwards this way. And what I did was I took the course of the convoy, which was west-southwest, so 245 degrees, and then I decided to run to run across, but not at a 90-degree angle, but at an angle of 105 degrees. So that's why we're now heading 350. That's 247.5 plus roughly 105 degrees, and the legs the opposite way were 140 degrees. And then I dove every 30 kilometers for a hydrophone check. This took me about I'd say, let's see, that was 8 in the morning, about 16 hours to do that, to run across the box this way. Well, we were moving this way slowly since we were scanning, and the box was slowly moving this way. So I guess we have to abort the search at this point. We're going to finish up this leg, and then up here we'll set a western course into the AO, and can patrol there. We have used up about 25% of our fuel. Otherwise, there isn't much to say. The crew is getting exhausted after about 24 hours. Actually, 34 hours of intense hunting. So we'll have to really few people here, and we'll soon be heading for our AO. So yeah, this is a little update. Unfortunately, we couldn't find the convoy. Maybe we'll be lucky on the last 100 or so kilometers of the search pattern, and if not, we'll see each other probably in the assigned grid square. Only a few minutes after signing off the last part of this episode, we received a message, an update basically, on the convoy that we're trying to find. Well, we're not certain that it is the same convoy, but it does have the same heading, and it's in the grid square just south of us. But the speed apparently has increased to 7 knots, or it is a different convoy. So I've ordered a course change. So we're going to turn into AN13. And I'm not sure. I am not sure what exactly to do. This is a different convoy. That would mean we could start out over here. It could be over here all the way down here close to the British coast. For efficiency reasons and we can't, I mean, if we assume it's a different convoy altogether, then we have to take up a position over here and then scan backwards this way. That seems unrealistic to me. I mean, it's doable, but not practical. So we are going to assume it is the same convoy. So that means we are going to assume it is in this part here, okay, N13 now. So we are going to assume it is quite close to us. As, let's see here. This is the 296 kilometer range circle. That means that is a bit weird. I'm starting to think it must be a different convoy. And the reason for that is that it couldn't possibly have reached AN13. Because the 296 kilometer line represents the distance the convoy would cover in 32 hours. Well, that was 2 hours ago. Actually, no. 30, let's see, 10 o'clock was 24. No, it's not actually true. 32 hours, that would be for plus 8 hours. That would be at 6 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, the convoy that we're after could not have reached AN13. On the other hand, if it was traveling at 7 knots, now we're at 28 hours roughly. So at a speed of 7 knots, would have covered 13 kilometers. That would translate to 364. Yeah, yes, we're going to assume it's the same convoy. We're going to assume it is here in this area. Well, actually in this triangle over here. The one that I'm gonna mark like this. So we're going to assume it is the same convoy, it just got a speed update, and it must be, according to our calculations, it must be in this triangle over here. And that would actually coincide with the fact that we didn't discover anything else, because this is, since we're moving from this corner in the box this way, it's actually possible that they slipped by us over here, since we're only now arriving in this corner of the box, and probably the timing was just such that we must have missed them. So in the worst case, they are already over here. Let's see how wide is this. 28 kilometers. Well, we're going to stay on this course. Maybe slightly more southerly.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin. Geht wieder auf Kurs, Herr Kaloin.
220 sounds good. And then I'm going to see how this box now moves. It's not actually a box anymore, it could be a triangle. But anyway, it's also going to have a path basically that the triangle moves along. It basically moves along this line over here. I'm going to increase a bit to the south just to make sure, not a precise science in that regard. And then hopefully we will find us some enemy shipping to sink. Thanks for checking in, and see you around.
Derzeitige Tiefe 1,0. Jawohl, Herr Kaloin. Große Fahrt voraus. Seerohrtiefe. Derzeitige Tiefe 2,0. Jawohl, Herr Kaloin. Große Fahrt voraus.
So,
Derzeitige Tiefe 3-0.
we're, well, I've reached the southwestern end of the triangle, and of what I projected it would move. And then I turned north, again at 350, heading 350 at full speed to do the scan again. And that was about an hour ago. And then at 9 o'clock, I got on the bridge and scanned, and I didn't even have time to see the heading. I saw a freighter really close, really big in the binoculars, and I immediately ordered a crash dive, and that's where we're at now. So let's take a look through the periscope. Apparently the sound guy has already heard them. Yeah, just in front of us. That makes sense, because I came on the bridge and immediately, before even scanning around without binoculars, I immediately took the binoculars, and the first thing I saw was the silhouette, the big silhouette, but I assume it's a small ship, but it was really big in the binoculars, so I immediately ordered the crash dive. Now,
Jawohl, Herr
slow
Kaloin.
down
Ein Drittel Fahrt
even
voraus.
further, and let's take a look. Sound guy says at a distance. Well, I guess. There is one.
Kontakt, Frachter, entfernt sich auf 348, große Entfernung. Kontakt, Frachter,
I can see
sich auf 348, große Entfernung.
3 ships so far. One is a bit further. I think it's only one. There's that second smoke plume in the background. There are 2 over here anyway. Or are there more? I think that it's also 3 plumes of smoke.
Frachter, entfernt sich auf 350, große Entfernung.
It's probably a colonial freighter. Hard to tell what exactly their heading is. Well, no, it's actually not. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, they're probably roughly perpendicular to us. Just passing in front of us. Okay. Okay, let's see.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin. Ziel wird identifiziert.
I'm thinking about a plan of attack. Oh, I wanted to get the distance estimate. About let's say 3.5 marks. The mast height is 29 times 2 is 58. And put him at a distance of about 4,000 meters. Just a rough estimate. And we were saying they were heading roughly 247. And so now, yeah, you can see we're dealing with 4 ships. What is this, a motor? They have sailed. That's 2, 3, 4, 5. And their current bearing is 337. (23 degrees). All right. Okay, well, that's the situation. The good thing is we are quite far from the coast, so the traffic isn't that dense over here. We should be able to surf this in a safe distance and run parallel, overtake them and take up an attacking position. Probably will stay south of their course, so during the day we'll have the sun in our back. Let's see, we could also shadow them for the day and attack during the night, since we're so close to the British homeland. They might turn in for the, I forgot what the name of this channel is over here. Is it, not sure. They might turn in here. They might also go around. We're not sure. But let's see. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. Well, first of all, let's run parallel to them as well.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin. Neuer Kurs 247.
This guy's turning over there. It's odd, but to me it looks like a Viking longboat, but I'm pretty sure it's not. The way he's turning... Or is he? Is this just a... stern wake? I don't know, it's weird. Could be an escort of some sort. Lower the periscope while we decide what to do. Yeah, so let's see if they stay on course. And let's say it's dark enough at around 7 o'clock in the evening. That would be in 10 hours. We cover 130 kilometers. Because I don't suspect, I don't expect that we can enjoy the cover of the night for long. Anymore, so it might be advisable to attack during the night. Would mean we shadow them during the day, and then we would attack during the night over here. And obviously we would detect when they change course, so I think that's what we're going to do. Would also still be outside of this channel here. If they decide to turn, they would only get to roughly around here, the entrance. So I think we're safe. We're going to stay south of their track. We're going to shadow them during the day, and then we'll attack at night. We have used 3 torps. We cannot attack with the stern tube because we haven't reloaded the external torp. But I think we'll be okay. Alright, so I'm going to shadow, and I'll report back as soon as anything of interest happens, and that's probably going to be in the next episode. Thanks for watching.